onto one screen. But we will be aiming to change that. If you are just tuning in, don't worry, this is not a lot has happened yet, and you can just jump in here. So basically we are mining a few resources. So over here we are mining our iron ore, and this automatically gets transported via this belt to our smelters. Similarly, we are transporting copper ore, and then this gets smelted here in these furnaces that I sometimes call ovens because languages are hard. And then I am currently adapting this blueprint for a small starter base that creates a few of the items that we need. Like down here we have belts and underground belts and splitters and all of its components automated, so we can build more automation. And then over here we also have the machines that make stuff automated, and more electric mining drills which we can use to get more resources. So that's basically where we're at. And then these little guys over here, they make science. Well, they use science to research, and there is a lot of research tree stuff going on. There are various trees, this is just one of them, and currently we are simply using some of the science passively for doing steel axe, which increases your hand mining speed. And then we will unlock the green science finally. We still need to automate inserters, but then we can unlock everything here in this queue of research. As you can see, there's quite a bit, but everything that has the little green signs here, we need to unlock this and then produce this to research and unlock these items and technologies. I think I ended the last episode by saying that we would do inserters. Currently we have still our old coal-powered base over here that creates some inserters, but we have to like put copper in here and iron in this chest and make sure everything has coal for it to produce stuff, and that's not ideal. So we want to copy this down in our base. And then there is also an element of enemies in this game. You can see our red cloud here, that is all the pollution we are creating. And if this touches a python nest, of which we can't see any because we have not explored a lot of this map yet, but then they attack us, and right now we are very unprepared for an attack. So let's change that in this episode. And since we can't build anything without having enough resources, let's quickly place some more mining drills, and then we can get to building and automating. Because as you can see, this burner mining drill is already out of coal, and I don't want to have to think about this constantly, so we will put down some electric mining drills. Similarly over here, where we mine our copper, let's remove all of these, and we can also remove these copper ovens over here, but I am you are the orchestrator of a factory, so we should keep that in mind. Now that we have created an influx of resources, let's get to automating the assemblers. As you can see, they are created with burner assemblers and electric, what are these called? Electric motors, electric engines. I think small electric motor. The engine simply uses iron gears and copper cables, and I think we have this already represented down below, so maybe we can copy a bit. And then the burner mining drills just take a lot of iron stuff. I think the main ingredient is just iron. And you make the iron into gears, into sticks, and then also these basic engines, which take the gears, which we are already making down below though, so that's good. Here we are in our little factory. I had to provide a bit of stone bricks, but I think we can just pass over here and continue building on this side. You see some of my bots, the termite bots from this nanobot mod, they are just coming out here and destroying the trees in range, which are just in the way, so that's quite handy. So as you can see here, we did make electric engines, so maybe I can actually just copy this. So we have copy, and we just copy everything from here and put it down here, I think, and then we can switch over to our other bots and they will build all of this. We don't need these chests, and this needs some electricity. So now we have the electric motors, and now we still need the burner inserter, and there's a meteor, but it's all the way out there, so we don't need to worry about that yet. I think we can put this down here to make the inserter. Okay, let's extend this a bit. So this needs two ingredients. One is on this one side, and then it needs the burner inserter, which does not need access to anything, just two intermediate resources, so this doesn't matter where we place it, but the engine needs access to iron, and the sticks need access to iron, and I need more machines. Let's take a few. So happy we automated this. And then this would take from here and from here, and then this would be our engine. We need to move everything up one. This is the burner inserter. This is the engine, which needs iron plates and iron gears. And then this will be the stick, like this, and then this just simply takes from both of these down here. And this is the inserter, like this, I think. And then this needs iron. Need to make some long inserters. Take from the iron belt down there. Oh, and I just realized that I had automated the engines because they are in so many parts. Oh well. I'm not sure if this one machine, the these two machines over there can produce enough engines for everyone. So I think I will just keep it this way. Also, I'm too embarrassed to change it again. So that's beautiful. I think this is now making inserters. Yes. Now, what would be nice is if we could now also make the long inserters and the fast inserters. The fast inserters need the electronic circuits, so they would go down there, and then this just needs more iron sticks. So I think we just extend our spaghetti, do it like this. So this will be the long inserter, because then we have space here to make sticks, and they take from here and output in a box, and this will be the blue fast inserter, because this will simply take the inserter from this belt and then take iron from up here and also the green circuits from up there. It doesn't need any more ingredients. And then both of these can input into a chest down here. We only need one stack of these for now. That's nice and plenty. And then what we need to do is, originally this belt here was going to be the input for both, for the green science. You put belts and inserters on there, and that's exactly what green science takes. But now we make the inserters somewhere else. So is there a nice way to do this? I mean, we could pull them down here. I think I will pull them up there. So this will change a bit here. We will loop the belts along here. And then let's see, I think we can simply do this and put the inserters on this belt when we make some. Currently it's a bit slow, but we will manage this. And then we can simply pull this up here. We need to empty this belt. There would have been an easier way to do this, but this works. And then these will all make green science, like so. We're still researching a bit of stuff that takes only red science. And look at that, we achieved another milestone. We created our first green science pack. They will be automatically loaded into the labs even if we currently don't use them. They will simply stockpile them a bit, but we can replace these with electric labs. I will just craft 5 of them. That's all I have the glass for at the moment. And then I don't need to remember to put coal in them, because look at that, they are almost out of coal. So that would be unfortunate in a bit. Now this whole thing has 2 little iron gears, and that's because these are too slow. Currently the input is actually too slow, so we could help out by placing some fast inserters here. And then this is probably easiest if we another inserter. So now you can see they produce all the way through, so that's already an improvement. So we should have a few more of these iron gears, but I imagine they will always be sort of a bottleneck, but that's okay because once the chests are full and stuff, we probably won't need as much of them because we don't place inserters like every second. So after a while this should balance out, and this is only the starter base, so we will build it a bit more efficiently later on. But we have crafted our electric labs just in time because these over here have run out of coal. Let's place these over top and we can see that they now run off electricity. And because I've made 5, we can now research a bit faster, though currently I think our bottleneck would be the inserters. But that's fine, we still haven't automated all the stuff that we have researched, so this research is currently running a bit ahead of us. So let's now talk about defending ourselves. First of all, I already have a submachine gun in my inventory. This has a range of 18 and a shooting speed of 10 per second, compared with our pistol, which has a range of only 15 and a shooting speed of 4 per second. It has a damage bonus, but that doesn't make up for the fact that it shoots less than half as many rounds per second. Now we have also already researched the heavy armor, which gives us the resistances down there are really hard to read. 2 out of 20%, 20 out of 30%. I think this is like different sorts of damages. 20 damage and 30% or something. It's weird. I don't know. But anyway, it gives us more protection. So I kind of want that. But we are currently not making any steel. Let's change that. What was that like on the original blueprint? I am using these masterclass by Nilaus. I will link his channel down below. He's one of the best Factorio content creators. Now, these are only made for the base game and not for the space exploration mod that we are currently doing, but they can still be incredibly helpful. So what he did was, if we look at the middle left, he loops some of the iron into these 4 little furnaces and then pulls that down below. So yeah, I think we can get away with doing the smelting down here and then just also looping it down here somewhere. We only need it for a little bit, so this is what this splitter here is for. I will pull this up a bit and then go like this. But we also need a bit of coal. We put the iron here and then the coal. Can this take out of the splitter? I think it can. Then we can take the coal here already. And then we can take some of the coal and put it also do to not really defend ourselves, but to check where enemies are, is make a radar. And I will simply make 5 of them, and we can use that to passively increase the radius that we can see on our map. We can also just wander out, but since I don't have my new armor and not really nice bullets, I don't really want to demonstrate wandering out right now. And while we are on the topic of defending ourselves, this is another meteor incoming, and this one is actually kind of close. So what we do against meteors, other than not standing in it, is the meteor defense structure that's somewhere in here. I forgot what exactly it looks like. This is it, meteor point defense, which will shoot meteors from the sky before they destroy our stuff. It protects only a small area from up to 4 meteors at a time. And then there's like a better meteor defense, but that is way later in the game. So this should probably be on our radar, but I think for now I would actually like the nicer piercing rounds because they have more damage than the normal ones, and this will also unlock grenades. And I think this can wait for later because this takes 100 science. So this will be way quicker. Let's quickly put this in there. And we have enough green science stored up right now, so that is not a problem. And as you can see, the military researches incredibly quickly up there in the right corner. We have created our radars, so now we can place them just here in the middle of our base. And then this should, first of all, wherever you place them, you get like this light colored square here. If I zoom out here, I can't see anything. I can zoom in as far as I want and I can't see anything. But down here, I can zoom in on the map and look at everything that's happening. And this is first of all because I'm standing here, but even if I weren't standing here, this radar would allow me to see. But at the right side, you can see that there is a sector scanning progress. So if we look here, we now see this one additional square, and now another one, and this will expand our radius a bit. It takes a while, but this expands how far we can see. Now we can speed this up by just placing another one, and I place it a bit further up here because, like I said, this also allows you to see stuff, so there is not too much point for placing them right next to each other. Now these here are all out of coal, so let me quickly replace them. And now research wise, let's go for the meteor defense because I don't have anything more urgent going on right now. For that we need the automation 2, which is simply a faster machine creating automation, creating any items that you want automatically. And then we also need concrete, and then we can research and unlock the meteor point defense. So let's do this while we automate our defenses. So there are 2 structures that I want to create for our defense, and that's, well, one structure that is the gun turret, which does not need steel, thankfully, and then the piercing rounds, which do need steel, and also copper, which is unfortunate because steel is down here and copper is up there. And then also we need the basic firearms, which take iron, so we need all 3 resources. So let's pull the steel over there. We can expand it with more furnaces if we want to. So let's pull the steel up like so, and then these take 3 seconds and this takes 1 second. So what I normally do is place one that makes normal firearms, and then 3 that make the better ones. This can output on a belt. And these can take from the belt and output back onto the belt the stuff that they make, so we can double use this. Now, like we discussed, they also need a copper and they also need steel, which we can simply loop up like so. We are running a bit out of space. Here they need a long inserter to pick up the steel. And now we can't provide them with electricity the way I built this, so let's adjust this. And now we can put the power poles down here and then put them in a box for us to defend ourselves, please. We can take the ones that we already have and simply drop them off in here. And then the other thing that we wanted to make were the gun turrets, if I could find them. They're over here. So they are made out of iron gears, single cylinder engines and iron plates. All of these are on these 2 belts here, as I have learned just a little while ago. So we simply need to put one machine here. We just need to supply this with 2 inserters, and then this can make us some turrets. Takes a while to take all of these ingredients. Oh my god, we're out of power. Okay, so this is what I was warning about earlier. You can see that our power shortages because we simply use too much. Oh, also it's not producing. What's going on? Oh. Yeah, so what this graph tells us that we sometimes don't produce. If we look at the wider scale, you can see we can produce up to 5 megawatts or whatever this is. Yeah, megawatts I think. At peak we already had 5.2, but it's now crashing down. So we have enough turbines, but the turbines don't have coal. So well, first let's put some coal in there, and then let's desperately place down more mining drills that produce coal for our power. And let's definitely keep an eye on this if this is enough. In a short while we need to go from this small patch which only has 62k to this bigger one which currently has 666k, and there will be ones that have even more coal. Okay, so we have created power again. You can see we are also backing up a bit on because yeah, this is backed up quite a bit. The boxes are all full, and now it can go all the way up to science, and we are not using that much science, so this is when this all balances out a bit again. Let's take a few more rounds and take the first few towers. And now with these gun turrets, we can place them as defense. You can see their radius in this circle. And biters like to attack everything that pollutes, especially stuff like these furnaces. Now currently we don't have a lot of piercing rounds, but we can put like 10 or so in each of these. That will not last very long, but it's better than nothing. But we need to make sure that we also have our own ammunition that we can use to defend ourselves with. This is currently going very slowly because the steel takes a while down here. So let's maybe work on that by getting a few more furnaces. Okay, I think we have about tripled our steel production now. And once they all kick in and put down some steel, I think this bites in a bit into our iron production. Let's make sure we create a priority. We want all the stuff that takes iron producing first, like our science and stuff, and only after that I think I want the steel production, which currently means we have no steel at all. I think that's why the blueprint actually had another stack of iron smelting. We can just take this whole thing, copy it below. Of course our turrets are, oh, this one wasn't actually in the way. So the bots can quickly build this for us. I simply need to make sure that I have enough inserters. And then when we have all the materials, the bot simply plays everything down like so. That's nice, thank you. So now we simply need to connect it, and I think this one belt is enough for both. I need to connect the coal as well, and then we can connect the iron up to the other iron where it can join the belt. And now we are starting to see some iron back up here and some of the first iron go back into the steel. And yeah, currently we have a little bit of a coal problem, but I think this will fill out eventually. They all buffer 5 coal in the furnace, so once they have all reached the 5 coal, the coal can start to like accumulate a bit more again. So now let's create our heavy armor that I promised. So the biters always like to go for the raiders. I think they like their privacy and they don't like the raiders looking at them or something. I don't quite know. But it's always a good idea to place turrets around raiders like we did here. And then I have to replace some of the turrets that we removed down here. And then another thing that is always sensible to protect is your power generation, because as you saw earlier, it's quite unfortunate when that breaks down. So place a few bullets in here. And then luckily so far we have not seen any biters attack us, because I think I I created the starting area a bit larger, but you can see that we have explored quite a bit more space, and we can now see, for example, that our pollution cloud ends here, so any biters and enemies that are outside of this cloud will not attack us. They will only attack us if the pollution touches us. So it looks like we could be safe down here. But it's good that we now have a steady production of ammunition going, because once we get attacked, we need quite a bit of that in all of the turrets, etc. And if you only start producing it when you need it, that's not good. So now we have quite a bit going here. And I think we have achieved all of our goals from the start, which was making the inserters